Folks, I am sad to say it, but we are already at week 9 of Dana White's Contender Series. Just this card and one more after this, and we're all wrapped up for the season, and we got to wait till next year, and I do hate that. But here we are. Let's celebrate this week. We've got this one left. We're in the light heavyweight division here. We have Murtaza Talha taking on Rodolfo Bellato in this matchup here. For Bellato, he's got 4-1 in his last 5. In fact, he's got 2 losses in his career, both to Vitor Petrino. Talha is 6-0 on the career. 5-0 in the last 5. That's how that checks out. This matchup is interesting because both guys are predominantly grapplers, just of different styles, okay? We're going to start with Talha here. He does have decent striking, and it's mostly just the power. The guy's got power in the hands. He's going to come forward. It's not super crisp or super clean, but when he hits you, you know about it. And he can use that because his wrestling is very solid, and that sets up the hands. Because you're worried about the takedown, you get hit. You're worried about the power, you get taken down. He's got that solid wrestling. The body lock is typically what he likes to get. He likes to get you up to the cage, work around the body, even get to your back, and then take you down from there. He is a good back taker when the fight hits the mat or standing. And from there, he's got a really good rear naked choke and armbar sequence. We saw it 2 fights ago, I want to say, where he was on the back looking for the rear naked, realized that wasn't going to happen, instead switched off to the armbar seamlessly and did a good job there. Now, a lot of guys don't know that. If you've got the back taken, they think, oh, just fight for the rear naked choke until they get it, right? Or just land ground and pound and keep fighting for it. What you can do, and in fact, I actually learned this from the Army Combatives Manual. It was very interesting that they had this in there, but it was slick. What you do is you're going for the rear naked choke, right? And then you post off the head while you collect the arm. So you're here, collect the arm as you post off on the head. Right there, you slip that leg through as you roll to the transition, and you've got the arm bar. He did it perfectly in that matchup. It looked great. Love to see that from a guy who is a wrestler by nature, able to mix in those submissions the way that he did, because arm bars aren't something you see a lot of in wrestling, so let's put it that way. But he does have efficient ground and pound as well, uses it to set up the submissions, uses it to just kind of keep his opponents where he needs them, and if they do start to get back up, he does have good mat returns. On the other side, Rodolfo Bellato. Bellato is a pretty good fighter overall, decent striking as well. His front kicks and knees up the middle are going to be key to victory for him here, because if this fight gets to the mat, he's going to want it to be on his terms rather than Talha's. So for Bellato, that front kick that he throws, that knee up the middle that he throws, he actually got a knockout in a couple fights ago. I don't remember what fight it was. A couple fights ago. I watched a lot of his fights, all right? Most of them. So, and that's 12. So when he threw that up the middle, landed on a guy that was coming down low, hit him with the knee, boom, slept him. That's something he's going to need to work in this matchup. We also saw really good front kicks from him up the middle as well, land into the body. If he's got that motion going, it's hard to want to shoot a takedown because you know you're going right into that. So he's going to need to get that early and often. The problem I see in his striking, though, is he has a lot of single shots, whether that be with the hands or with the kicks and the knees. Occasionally you'll see a 1-2, but a lot of single shots come from Bellato, and that's not something you want, because when he's going up against a guy that wants to get him to the mat, he's going to need to put a couple of things behind it. If he throws that front kick up the middle and returns, and then boom, hits that 2-3 combo, that's going to be what he's going to want to go for on a guy that's going to try and push him up against the cage. But hey, who am I? What do I know? In the grappling, he's active from his back. He's looking for stuff, attacking submissions, does that from the top as well. And he's got pretty good top control when he gets on top and gets to his position. The problem is his takedowns, a lot of times, he doesn't have the best just pure takedowns. A lot of times he ends up against the cage, just kind of working guys over until he can eventually get them to the mat. I don't think that's a good move here, because if he gets up against the cage against Talha, what's going to happen? Talha's going to out-muscle him, get him up against the cage, and use that really solid wrestling background and base that he has, get him up against the cage and drag him to the mat that way. So I do think that if he's going to get this fight to the mat, he's probably going to have to do so off of a shot, maybe, or off of a strike, and kind of rattle Talha, get that fight to the mat from there, because I don't think he's got the ability just to shoot a clean takedown and take down a guy like Talha. So for that alone, I think that Murtaza Talha gets this one done. I think he is the rightful favorite. I'm sure he's the favorite. I guess I haven't seen the odds when I'm recording this. They haven't come out yet. So Talha's the pick. Let me know who you have. I love hearing from you guys in the comments below. And like this video on your way out. It is much appreciated. Helps the channel grow. I'll see you in the next breakdown.